Yeah, thank you, sir. So, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. So, okay, myself Manoj Mane. I am a senior engineer in Alpha Emma, and I am so little bit about me. Since what I have do in my working profile. So most of the time I'm working with the portals only, Power Apps portal, and I'm very interested in that developing such kind of a things in with the Power Apps portal, experimenting, multiple things in the Power Apps portal. Also, I'm having the 5+ years of experience with the dynamic CRM. Also, apart from the work, I love, traveling and the vlogging as well. Okay. So, what is the today's agenda for our, bootcamp this session? So basically, in this session, I'm going to show you guys the basic customization rules while creating web pages, web templates, which I personally follow, and that I'm going to share with you guys. Also, I'm going to give you the demo of the web API operations, like how we can, perform the operation using the web API. And I will, give a quick overview and some quick tips on the Power Apps portal admin thing, and then we'll answer your questions. Okay. So the first thing, basic customization rules which we need to follow while developing our web pages in Power Apps portal, or the Power Apps pages, we can say it. Okay. So while developing the web pages, we first suppose consider we are using the basic forms or the basic list. So we first, follow the very first rule that we must create the CRM forms or the whatever list we are using for the web pages. We must create a dedicated CRM for or the views at the CRM level. Okay, and that should so it will help us to reuse it at the portal level, and very much we can modify only those views, and it will not contradict with the CRM components. Okay, so I will also demonstrate to you so like how I use this one as a best practice. Okay. Okay, so let me navigate to the solution. So I have created one of my solutions. So consider that we are using, creating one basic forms, and we want to, use that particular forms with the our web pages. Okay, so how we can, what should naming convention we follow, and what best practices we need to it. So that I'm creating the new one. Oh, sorry. So consider that this is a attendance form which we need to use it. So what I give some prefix for it always. So I can only use this form at the portal level. I will not use this form at all at the CRM level. And whatever the suppose field I want to move it or the remove it from the form. So I will do that one. Okay. And I just simply save the forms. Okay, it is taking a lot of time nowadays. Okay, it's taking time. So, okay, let me publish it. So you got it. So now you can see this my dedicated portal form is ready. So I will use this form at whenever I want to use the out of the box web pages as a basic form. So I will use that form only. I will not use the out of the box any CRM form. Okay, and this is the one more thing, and similar thing I will also do for the views. Whenever we create a, we want to use the entity list, we want to show the data on the web pages. So I will create, dedicated views for the portal. Okay. Then while giving the naming convention, creating the web pages, web templates, and the page template. So what I follow, the basic rule, what I follow is basically consider that I'm having the only one website at right now. Suppose if I have the multiple sites in my tenant, so basically what I will do is I will give some prefix for that one and give the name. So consider like that, this is my web page, so web page underscore whatever name is, suppose my profile. Okay, profile, the same thing. I will copy this thing and give the page name as partial URL. Consider you can my profile test. Okay, don't use the test word, just I'm using it as a demonstrate purpose only. Okay, and sorry, publishing state is published. And then okay, then suppose we want to use the custom web page template. So for that one again, okay, for saving purpose, I'm just selecting the full page. But if you also want, to use the custom page template, so what I usually follow is I have already created the web pages that which I will show you what naming convention we must follow. Okay. So I will show you, this is my, one of the web page check-in step one. So what I do is this is my naming convention prefix as a web page and the checking step one. Okay. Then this is my custom page template. Okay, so I'm using this PT as page template, which will refer to the page template, then the same naming convention. And then again, there we have the web template. Okay, so again, I'm using the WT and the check-in step one. Okay. So why I'm using this as a naming convention, and where these naming convention are helping me out in a live development or the live project. So suppose right now you can see there are not much web pages count in our system, but in such I have developed multiple portals in such scenario that I have built more than 50 web pages are there, 100 of pages are there. So in that case it is very difficult to filter out or get the uh, quickly find the web pages or the web template. Okay, so in that case, these all the so we can just quickly search with the our naming conventions. Suppose like my site is there. Okay, site one is there, so we can quickly search it out, and CRM fill the rest of his work. Okay, so then next we are moving out to this all the customization things that we need to follow. Then the next thing is that the Web API. Okay, so I will demonstrate you guys the one quick example that is a in this example which I have used in a real-time scenario. That is a one of our the client use case. So what are the prerequisites to use an Web API? So first thing is we need to configure the site setting for the tables, which earlier called as an entity. Then we need to configure the entity permission for the respective web table. And then we need to create one dedicated web role to give the entity permissions, whatever entity permission we are going to create. So we need to assign that web role to the entity permissions. Okay. So I will quickly show you that one. Okay. Let me now go to the site settings. Okay, so we need to create this is the web API error inner error. This is the prerequisite. So basically, whatever error CRM out of the box, CRM will throw us the error, so we can get the URL in a very with the error code and easy to understanding words. And suppose we want to perform some operations, web API operation on a contact entity, so we need to enable the web API for the contacts, and we can use the fields of which we want to enable for the web API. Okay, so to enable the web API for the particular entity, we can just this is the entity name web API forward slash entity name, and we need to enable it. Then for the whichever website we need to configure, so we can give that one, and the value we need to set is as a true. Okay. Then next part is which fields we need to configure for the respective entity. Okay, so then this is again the same format, web API, entity name, and then the fields, and then for which website we need to configure it, and value. In the value, there are two approaches we can follow. Either we can enable for the all the fields. Suppose we want to enable it for the all the fields, then we just need to put the asterisk. And suppose we want to configure web API for only few of the fields. Like, so then we need to give the field schema name in the comma separated value like this one, and just we can save the right one. Okay. So all are this is the step one that we need to achieve it. You need to perform it to enable the web API. Okay. Is the table permission. So as you can see, I have enabled it for the contact entity, and this is my custom entity as a attendance. So let me go to the table permissions. Okay, so you can see I have created the table permission as a contact global level, and a contact as a global level, because I want to access this as an anonymous user. So basically, I have give, then again here you can see I am following the naming conventions over here as well. So access type is global. So I'm give the global name and the whatever reason, because sometimes what happen, we create multiple table permissions for a one entity as a, sometimes it might be different access type like a parent child. So that's why we must follow this naming convention as a standard practice. Then the my table name is whatever it is, and then the for the websites, so I selected this the my demo websites, and the which privileges I need to allow for this entity. So I have given read, create, append to write. Usually I don't prefer to give the delete, so I did not, check this one, and then the append. Okay. Then, so after configuring this table permission, the next step is whichever table permission you guys have created. So we need to access the that particular table. So for that one, we need to create one dedicated web API web role. Okay. So for this one, this is the name, whatever you can given, but for my practices, I'm giving the web API user. Then in the sites, I have selected the sites, and authenticated user roles I have selected yes. And also for sometimes, my pages, web pages needs to be anonymously accessed by the external users. So I give an anonymous user access as well. Okay. Then this web role, we need to assign it to the dedicated table permission which we want to give the access. Okay. And then the next, as you can see, this is I got it from the Microsoft reference links as well. So these are the must have things to perform the web API operation in our system. So now I will give quickly demonstrate to you one quick scenario in my this thing. Okay. So first, I will explain you the use case. What is what here we are trying to achieve it. Okay. So in this, web page, you can see that I have created one self check-in, web page. So in this, what we are doing is we are basically checking in with the email address is our unique identifier field. Okay, with the email address we are checking that in our system the contact is present or not. Okay, so based on that one, so we are validating that okay, this contact is present in our system, so he then only he can navigate to the next step, and he can perform his check-in and check-out time. And so then we are creating the attendance record in our system. Okay, so this is our some get web API operation and the post web API operation I'm going to show you in this demo. Okay, so as well as I will show you how I created, demonstrate the explain you guys the what code I have written on this web template. So this web page I have build it as a custom web page. Totally, I have not used any basic forms or anything. Okay. So let me explain you first my code side by side. Okay. I hope you guys are seeing my Visual Studio. Okay. So now let me explain you the code. So here what I'm using is, so let me just okay. So you guys can, okay. I hope that you guys are able to see my code as well. Okay. So in this particular web page, what I have done is I have written some HTML, custom HTML code based with the help of the Angular JS. Yeah, we are using the Angular JS to beautify our pages. Basically, we want total control of our web pages in our hands. So that's why we are using the Angular JS and the HTML. Okay, so here I have just basically created one control in Angular JS, and I have just created three fields. Okay, so and on this three, okay, on the click of the next button, I'm calling one function. This is a normal function like retrieve contacts. Okay, so again, so then I have written some jQuery. So as you can see, this is a normal wrapper class. This is already provided by the Microsoft in their reference link, which we need to use it as it is. Okay, we don't need to modify anything. Okay, then here I have bind my control Angular controller, and in that okay, I have written one function that which will retrieve the contact. So basically in that what I have done is I'm calling this function and I'm checking that all these fields are filled up. Okay, if these fields are not fill in, so my basically my web API will not perform. Okay, as all these fields are the mandatory fields. So you can see I'm given the I have added some client side validations on it. Okay, so as soon as suppose you have filled in all the details, and on click of next button it is going to retrieve the contacts. So I have written some code, so I have added one filter, so it will check that email address value and check in the contact is present or not in the system. And suppose data length is greater than 0, means we have one contact, because I have added also top one, so it will retrieve only one, topmost one contact. Okay, so if there is data in our system, so we are navigating to our next window. Okay, and he can perform the operation. Else, suppose we don't we need to give some beautify the our error message and everything. So again, for that one I have created another web page, web template, and over there I have written some code. So let me show you. So suppose I am entering this is a dummy data and this contact is not present in my system. as I will quickly show you that this is particular contact is not in my system. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? So this will navigate to the my error screen. So which will pop up some error message to the user, which will say that this particular contact is not our in our system. Please blah 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 contact this person, and if you are facing any error. Okay. Okay, then let's get back. And now I'm going to enter some actual, contact email ID, which will present in our system. And I will show you the next screen. Okay, so now I'm clicking on the next. So now it will navigate back to the second screen. Okay. So now here what I have done is, so I am already retrieving the first name, last name, and the email address of the contact based on the from the first screen, whatever details the user has given us. Then I have added some, the calendar control in this page. I will also show you the code of that, what I'm doing it, and in web API how I am achieving all these steps. Okay. So here what I'm doing is, so maximum today is the 2nd of September. Okay, so maximum he can select only second. So we have some added some validations for these fields, and so he can select some date at what time he want to, he has checked in. Then I am entering some details, and then the okay, can demo live. Okay. So as soon as we click on the submit, okay, it will create an attendance record in the system, and if the operations web API operation is successfully, it got attendance record successfully created. So I'm showing this one success message. Okay. So now let me show you. Okay. So as you can see, Bootcamp demo live, we have, appended this is my custom entity, and, whatever the contact it was there, that is again pre-populating, then checking time and date and time. We are mapping with this control, then the comment is there. Okay. So now I will show you the code, what I have written it and how I have achieved it through the web API. Okay. So this is the example of the post operations in the through the web API. Okay. So again, as I earlier told you, we are building. We want total control of web pages in our hands. So we are building custom web templates, and for that one, we again some build HTML along with the Angular JS. Okay, so here as you can see, all the whatever field controls are there, so all are there, and at the some there are some reference files for the data and time picker. We are using it. Then in the script, you can see I have used my this is a wrapper class. Then okay. Wrapper class, then my Angular controller is there. Then as you can see on my click of submit button, so what I'm calling the function, let me check it. So I'm checking, basically I have added some validations for the data and time. So like what okay, where was that one? So let me check it, that one. What was the email ID? So here basically what we have, write it in Angular basically. So for this one, the max date is second, and suppose start time must not be, greater than the checkout time. So all these validations we have added. So I can also show you that one. Okay, so basically, so as you can see, so such kind of a validation we have also, we have added on click of a submit button. So let me explain you all those one. Okay. So so in the validation, so so we are validating the date. So for that one, we are converting that one into the local time zone, and then this is the flag. So based on this flag, we are selecting that, so checking checkout date is must be less than greater than check-in time. Then after that, so after these validations are passed, okay, so we are saying that the, okay, perform our post operation with the web API, portal web API. In that one, what we are doing, what we have done is we have created one JSON object as data to be updated, which fields we need to map. Okay, so this is the name field of the attendance, and then there is a contact field. So and it is a lookup field. So this is the code structure data mapping. So that's how we need to pass it. And then the entity plural name along with the contact ID. Then whatever checking time and the date, as these are the data and time fields. So we have segregated and then combine those fields. Okay, then the this comment field. Okay, then the next thing is that the web API post operation. Okay, so in this, the type we have set as a post operation, the URL API, and the plural name of the entity, and the application type as a JSON, and which data we need to update it. Okay, we to create the record. So data to update. So we have created this JSON object, correct? So we are passing that one as a data which we need to create with the fields. Okay, so suppose there might be two scenario. Either our this post request will get succeed, or either might some data mappings issue we will get. So in that case, we have handled the success message, success callback, and the error callback. Okay, again, if it is a success, then again we are navigating to the success page, where we have again created one web template, custom web template. And similar like error message, we have not created it, but we know we can give the user customize our page template similarly. Okay, so this is the post operation. And in step one, we have seen the get operations. Okay, so in that one, what we have checked, we have gone through is we are checking, reading the our entity with the along with the contacts, it is having the same email ID or not. Okay, so by this one we have achieved this one. And the portal side, I will show you how we have achieved that one. Okay, so I will show you. So this is my first check-in web page. Okay, so on check-in page, we have added the page template. On the page template, as earlier in the earlier session, Arpit session, we have seen that there are two types. Okay, rewrite and web template. So we want our complete control in our hands. That's why we have used the web templates, and this is our web template. So whatever code I have shown to you guys, like the entire HTML and the script Angular JS code, so we are putting all that code on the web template. And again, this is a very lightweight code. We have developed it for the our many of our clients as well. Okay, so all we have done in this, so we are using the web custom web templates also. So and there is another thing. So till now what we have seen is get operation and the post operation. Now I will show you the patch operation. So this is my one of the CRM user, okay, in which I have modified this page, build this page as a my custom profile. So over here what I'm doing is I have retrieving the basis on the current logged in user. I'm retrieving this information. Okay, so again this page is we have a build using the same template HTML and using the web template. So as you can see, we have a lot of ability to modify the our web pages with the help of a web template, and we can easily tweak our code and the controls with the code. So that's why we are going with the approaches with the custom code. Okay, so here you guys can see the edit options we have. So as soon as we click on the edit button, so what happened? Okay, so whatever the information for the respective logged in contact is there, so we are retrieving that one and we are binding it to the HTML control again. So as again, so email ID is our unique identifier. So we have logged this field, and so first name, suppose usually first name, last name, any user contact will not update his, but we don't know. Okay, so mobile field we have keep the editable, and there is we have added Microsoft's Bing map control over there, which will basis on our search, which will bind this to the page. So right now you can see this address as a Brooklyn and the United States, correct? I will also open this contact at the CRM level, so you can see that. Okay, so address is this. So I will now update the contact. Okay, so I'm selecting this one, 2233 Argentina Road, Mississauga, Ontario, LN521 2X7, Canada. Okay, so as you can see, we by searching this field, and now I'm clicking on the update profile. Okay, now again, after successfully calling this, so as you can see, we have our data is updated at the CRM level. Also, I'm going to refresh this window as well, so you can see that the particular contact data is updated at the CRM level. So you can see how quick it is, it is performing through the web API and through the our custom code. So in this, we have used the, I will show you where is my page. Okay. So again, we are retrieving some for the Bing map, some environment. We have created environment variable with the key and appending to the this control. Then again, we have built the in similar fashion. We have built the HTML along with the Angular JS control. All the fields are there, required fields are there, validation is there. Okay, then over here, then in the script section, so we have this thing wrapper class again. Then inside the Angular controller, so we have the patch request. Okay, because again, so till the now we have see get post, and now we are seeing the patch. Okay, so in this again, so whatever the information we need to update it. So again, we are creating one JSON object. So last name, first name, what are all the fields that we want to update for the respective contacts. As email address, we are not going to update. So I commented this line. Okay, so this time the web API type is as a patch, then the URL with the underscore web API and the plural name of the contact. So again, with the unique contact identifier GUID ID, we need to pass it. And then content type is a application JSON. Data is what we need to update it. So data type in this JSON, we are passing which fields needs to be updated or the modified through the web API. Okay. Then again we have some success callback and the error callback. And after successfully update, so we are navigating back to the some our custom page again. And suppose by any chance we got some error while performing some operation, so we can also navigate to the custom page, but in this case we are giving some error. Okay, so again, so for the to retrieve some data, I have used in this gate operations, and all these are the being map controllers. So may in this session we are mostly focusing on the web API, so I'm not going to explain this what is the being map and how it is working, okay, in this session. So, and so this is it. So we have seen the gate post and the patch requests. So, and there is one more operations we can perform delete operation, but I don't have demonstrate you. But in the Microsoft document, you can easily find it out. So how we can perform the delete operation. Just let me show it to you guys. Okay, so here it is the how we can delete a single property value. So in a similar fashion, the our method. So suppose we want to delete one of the record. Okay, so it will be just the method will be the delete method instead of the get, and the whatever API URL will be there. Okay, and the entity plural name and the record GUID ID. Okay, so it will delete the particular contact record or the any table record that which we want to perform in a similar fashion way. It will perform the operations. Okay, so that's it for the this thing. Then now there are some quick tips for the portal admin center, which I will explain quickly. So now let me go back to the portal. So where is our admin center? This is my, okay, I already have it open in another window. Okay, so now we need to now this is Power Apps page preview mode. So the Microsoft little bit change the navigation way to go to the admin center for that one. So we need to click on the edit, and so this window will appear. So from there we need to go to the setup. From setup in the administration tab, you will see the admin settings now. And okay, let me click on the admin settings. Okay. So here are the a lot of things that we can configure like this one. So suppose consider that one while creating the trial portal template. So you have given some test or the dummy URL. So while going to live, you want to customize this URL, or you want to update this URL. So in the Power App Admin Center, we can perform these actions. So I will quickly show you how, where, and how we can do it. So after navigating the Power Apps Admin Center, we need to select the portal actions. Okay, in the portal action at the very top button, so we will see the change base URL. Okay, so we need to click on that one, and here again, whatever URL, suppose. Okay. So again, it will check for the this thing validation. The URL is available or not. Okay, so it is available. So as soon as you click on the change URL, so it will update this newer URL with the older ones, and it will also automatically mapped with the our website as well. Okay, okay. Then after that, consider that in many of the scenario is that we have one CRM instance, but we have different multiple active websites, or we can see the Power Apps portal and the sites. Okay, so how we can set the one particular default site as a default site? So these things we can achieve again in a Power Apps admin center. Okay, so in the again we need to navigate to the admin center. In the portal details, we have which sites we need to bind as a default one. So if we have configure multiple sites records over here, so among from them we can select it as a default site, and as soon as we select, so and we need to hit on the update button, so that respective website will be the our default website. And next thing, okay. Okay, so there are, okay, so still we can some of the clients and some of the developers are still using the out of the box way approach to building our web pages and stuff like that. So many of times the developer can say, suppose while relationships got not configured correctly. So in that case, we will see this ugly error at the portal end while performing. As soon as we click on the next button, submit button, we'll see this ugly error. So how we can customize it, where we can customize it, where we can give custom error. So this action we can perform in the Power Apps portal admin. So I will show you again. Okay, this is my tab. Then again, we need to, in the admin center, we need to move to the portal actions. And in the actions, okay, so here by default it will be the disable one. So we need to enable custom error. So again, it will ask us pop up one thing. Just we need to simply enable and disable errors from this thing. Okay. And there is one more thing that we can easily do. That one thing, let me, get back to my presentations. Okay, maintenance mode. This is very useful things that, we are using while, doing the deployment, like we are going from the, UAT to the productions. So when we use this approach, maintenance mode basically. So suppose usually on the non-working days, major of the teams are doing the UAT to the production deployment. But sometimes what happen, there are sub changes, some issues appear at on a certain days, like those are on a high priority. Okay, so we need to fix that one immediately. We don't want to wait for the weekend to deploy our code to the production. So in that, so we have fixed that our issue on a dev to UAT, and now we want to move our changes or the fixes to the production. So in that case, our enable maintenance modes came in our picture. So why we use this one? Suppose on working time hour, or rush timing hour. So many of client is customer is using the portal, and so at that time we don't want to while doing the deployment or the making changes at the production, we don't want to at the end user don't want to use the portal. Okay, so for that one we enable this thing, the maintenance mode. Okay, there are two options for the to enable the maintenance mode. So we can set some default page as well, or also we can use our custom HTML page as well. So here we just need to use the URL as that one. So after enabling this one, our portal pages will not be accessible anymore till we turn off these things. Okay, so So let me quickly show you. I'm not sure. Okay, it will enable. Okay, so after enabling this one, we cannot, access the any other pages of the portal. So this is very, useful part of a maintenance mode of the portal. Many times we use it. So also, we can give our custom HTML as I have shown in this thing, the template as well. So it will UI will be the better to the end user. And then, okay, that's it from my end. So, and here are, if you guys want to connect with me, so here are, some links for, to you. Is there are any other questions for me, guys?
Oh, Manoj, that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that session. Just checking now in the Q&A to see if there's anything that we haven't picked up. Okay, there's nothing in the Q&A. I'll just have a quick check on the chat to make sure. So yes, I think there are some questions about whether or not you're able to share the code or your GitHub repo. If you could possibly also put your contact details into the chat so that they persist after the meeting, that would be great. Thank you. And there were some questions also, I think, about App Insights, whether it's possible to connect to App Insights for the portal.
Sorry, app inside for the portal, you're saying, correct?
Yes, I think that's what they were referring to. It's Ahmed was asking, do we have the testing tool Insight Power Platform to test the portals?
So basically for to test the portal, so basically, we use the only one thing, like similar thing. There is a day environment where whatever we have developed over there, we can, test it. There is no, I don't think there is any external tool for, the testing.
Okay, and would that be used for debugging also? I think there's a question from Mohammed about debugging, how you go about doing that.
Okay, so for the custom control, so whatever debug we want to perform, so we can I have shared my screen, correct? So let me show you how we can debug our code. So suppose consider that we are performing update operation, correct? So I have called this function on click of a submit button. So in that this is our JavaScript sessions completely, sorry, this is our JavaScript section, correct? So in this case, whatever where you want to debug your code at the client side, so you can easily add the debugger at every point, and you can perform the debug the code, like it is performing, it is going performing action is executing, it is going to the success callback or not, just like that thing.
Okay,
By this
fabulous.
yeah.
As I mentioned, the other question was whether you have a GitHub repo that you're able to give people access to or not.
Okay, I will as of now I don't have the repository to share, but I will update it in I will create that one and I will share that one with the community. But if you want to connect with me, or you want have some questions and you want to ask me, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you very much for that. Well, I think everyone could agree that was a really awesome session. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So brilliant. So we've just got a couple of minutes now before our next speaker, who is going to be Alexander Alashin. I can see that Alexander is online, but I don't know if he's ready to start just yet. Alexander, can you hear